Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I have my special guest with me here today, Tink. Say hi! Say hello! So in today's tutorial, don't bite me! So in today's tutorial I have done a really quite dramatic cut crease using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. It is a absolute stunning palette. And yeah, I hope you guys recreate it. If you do, make sure to tag me in it so I can see it and give you some credit and whatnot. So yeah, that'd be really awesome. So welcome back to all my friends here on YouTube. And if you are new, my name is Amelia and this is Tink. And I hope you enjoy all the awesome stuff we have happening on. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to hang out some more. What do you think, Tink? Should they subscribe, darling? Should they subscribe? Should they subscribe if they want to be friends? Let's get right into the video. So I'm going to zoom through this whole foundation and priming process just so we can quickly get to the eyeshadow cut crease, because that's the bit we all want to see, right? So to begin priming my face, I'm first going to be using, actually no, I might use this one first. Yes, so firstly I'm going to be using the Hourglass Veil Primer. And then once I let that soak in for a little bit, I'm going in with my Benefit Professional Primer, just to make sure my pores are nice and smoothed out. For this primer, I'm just going to be placing it on where my largest pores are. For me, my problem areas are just here, along my nose, a little bit on my chin, and just on the center of my forehead. Once the primer has all dried and soaked into my skin, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match Foundation. This is in the color 2N Vanilla. I'm taking my XO Beauty flat face brush, yes that's correct, and I'm going to blend that all in. For concealing, I will be using two different concealers. I will be using the Maybelline Age Rewind for the redder circles and for the red areas, and I will be using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer from my under eyes. Starting off with the Age Rewind, I'm just going to dot on the areas where I have a lot of redness, cover my whole face. And now going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, I'm going to begin to do under my eyes. I'm also pushing that concealer on my eyelid, and that will act as a primer. To set the under eye concealer, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Match Perfection. I'm then going to dust gently that all over my face. Just inhaled it. Oh, it's fine. Now I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, and I will be using the Colourpop Brow Pencil Duo Thingamabob, which is the best thing ever. Just saying. To make sure those brows stay in place, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Brow Plumper. Now here comes the fun part with the Modern Renaissance palette. It's beautiful. It is so nice. It is just so beautiful. To begin to draw out my cut crease, I'm going to be taking this color here. It's called Burnt Orange. I'm going to be using a very fine brush as well. Once your shape has been drawn out, then you want to take a little bit darker color and deepen up that crease color. For this, I will be using, I think it's called Cypress Umber. Taking a blender brush, I'm just going to blend all that just to help smooth it out before I go back into it again. Try and blend upwards if you can. Once that has been blended out, I'm now going to be taking Worn Taupe, which will be more of a transition shade. Then for the next 24 hours, you want to be still blending. Okay, so now taking some concealer, I'm going to be just tidying up the crease and blending that in with a very small concealer brush. Okay, so I'm not completely sure how to say this name, but I think it's Tempera? I don't know. But taking this shade, I'm going to pop that on my whole entire lid. On top of that, I'm going to be putting on this beautiful color called Vermeer. Taking raw sienna, I'm going to begin to blend that in on this sort of area, just ever so slightly to give a bit more colour. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do a massive thick eyeliner wing, and then after that I will begin to deepen up the cut crease and make it even sharper. For my liner, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D tattoo liner. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking a bit more concealer on my brush and I'm just going on top of the wing, just because I want to make the cut crease go a bit above the wing and also have the wing. So it's kind of like a double wing. Does that make sense? I don't know. But that's what I'm trying to do now. Okay, so once that has been completed, the next step is to, this is optional, but to darken up that outer even more, which I will be doing now, using Cypress Umber. Okay, so the stressful part is finally over. So now moving on to the bottom lash line, again I'm taking Vermeer, the gorgeous shimmery colour, and I'm going to be putting that on the inner near my tear duct. I will now be taking this colour here and I'll be putting that on my bottom lash line, beginning with the outer part of the eye here. I'm going to go to about halfway. And then moving on again, I'm going to be taking Love Letter and putting that on the inner half of the bottom lash line. For my waterline, I'm just going to be using plain black. To highlight the brow bone, I'm going to be using Tempera again. So now moving on to mascara, I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic. So while I'm waiting for the mascara to dry, I'm just going to go ahead and do some bronzer, blush and highlighting. The bronzer, I'm going to be using Hoola bronzer. I'm also going to be contouring with that as well because I am lazy. Let's be honest. I admit, I'm so happy with the eyeshadow. I'm just, I'm gonna run out there and I'm gonna tell my fiance, and he's just not gonna understand my joy and excitement at all. But it's fine. That is way too much. For a light blush, I'm gonna be using Colourpop in Birthday Suit. And for highlighting, I'm going in with my Becca Champagne Pop. So this step is optional, but I'm going to be using false lashes, which are Socialized in Cyrene. Yes. Well, aren't they just humongous? Okay, so for my lips, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills in Catherine. Should have lined my lips first. Ugh, regret. And of course, to finish it all off, I'm using my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's not even coming out. There we go. And the look is completed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. It's okay. Oh, you want your dinner. You're such a good girl. You're so cute. Where's my baby? Are you my little baby? Oh my god, I could die. That's so cute. Ooh. I don't know which one. Oh, that looks good too. Oh. I don't know which one. Honestly, why are my lips so wonky? What? What'd you do? Hang on, I just ruined my nose contour. Give me a second. Give me a second.
It's moving.
What's moving?
Quick.
Does it look like I can be quick right now? Have you seen the shadow on my nose? Is that more presentable? I have no idea.